Hey everyone, Caront here, welcoming you back to Wild Arms. In the last episode, we made it through all three of the sections of Malduke here to pick up the various and sundry items, the eye, the wings, and the arms. And now, well, we're going to progress further and actually try to finish this thing off. So go ahead and head over this way, where we had declined to go earlier, and you come to a new spooky looking area of Malduke. A little bit more like what we... Well, before some Fessel signs interrupted me, I was going to say it looks a bit more like what we had seen in the beginning. Alright, what do you have? Oh, okay, cool. Alright, now, where these little ditties come into play, you random encounter maniacs, is take them up here, and in essence, use each of the items with the color. And if you ended up getting the wrong eye in the mine area of Malduke, this will not work. But since we got the right one, it'll work perfectly fine. And then we go, and after putting all three of them in, the doors open up. So let's go ahead and head in further. Of course, got a couple of treasure chests here with magic carrot, and I don't know, what does this one have here? Oh, well, okay. Hey, we've got a new enemy at last, the Cyclops. And I will go ahead and pursue him accordingly. I don't remember what his weakness is right offhand, so I'm actually going to, I think maybe for the first time on camera, use scan to try to figure that out, or remember it. Now, go figure, the guy is probably not going to have any weakness at all, and I will look like a bit of an idiot. Alright. Oh, okay, lightning. Alright, well, there you go. So, I will, of course, be applying that next time. Lightning, lightning, very, very frightening. Me. Galileo, Galileo, Galileo. Hehe. Sorry. A little bit of Queen never hurt anybody, I don't think. Unless he replies by silencing. No! Alright, Cyclops, I get it. You're making a point. Yeah, sure. Alright. No Queen for me. Anyway, that's a pretty good amount of experience, as you can see, and I got back the bullet clip I used earlier, so nice. But we definitely don't want silence to remain on Jack, so take care of that. Alright, and now, I think there's treasure maybe at the... No, maybe not at the top. Is there any? I don't think there's any in here, actually. Now, you go in here, and it's going... Oh! We have another new enemy, the Doomsday. And I will be honest, I did not know this enemy existed. At all. It's not on any of my warning or any of my wanted posters. I don't think I've ever fought this enemy before, so I will definitely be scanning it, and boy, you look creepy. What the heck are you made out of? Okay, level 1. Oh, dear God, this is a boss, in essence. Organism Missile. Oh God, that's... Oh, not too bad. Wow, alright, well, I am treating this like a boss. Oh, okay, I did not know this was coming, so pardon me if I keep sitting here stammering all over myself, but yes, you're getting the royal treatment here, bucko. And so, alright, that's pretty much all I've got to say about this guy. You notice his defense is incredibly high, so once I get everybody healed up and such, I'm definitely going to go after deprotecting this guy like nobody's business. Especially, he keeps throwing these organism missiles at me. They don't hurt too badly, but I do want to still focus on going after the guy, just going after him as best I can. Alright, well, hey, I guess just goes to show you that even in a Let's Play, and you think you know what you're talking about, and you think you've seen pretty much everything, which I have seen most of it, you get surprised. I will mention... Oh, haha, there we go. I like that. I will mention, by and large, I have relied on one or two databases, in essence, in getting a lot of my enemy information together. I will say, though, one of the databases that I've relied on has been somewhat unreliable in a way, so I can't say I'm incredibly surprised that I might have missed out on this, but it's unfortunate because it really, I don't know, Especially when I saw that 30,000 HP pop up there, I almost freaked out because I was afraid that I had just doomed the party to, in essence, death. You know, that he was going to be able to wipe us on the way to basically the end of this dungeon, which isn't very far away, and 4 9s always helps. Alright, Organism Laser, that's probably a lot. That's not. Okay, this guy actually is not hitting as hard as I thought he would, rather. He's certainly damaging, that's for sure, but he's not really hitting overly hard. So I'm going to lob some magic at him to see if I can suss out a weakness here. I may not really need to, though. Alright, come on. Oh, well, Missile is going to be the broad attack. Yep, alright. I think healing's going to be necessary in the next turn. I'm guessing, though, that these attacks are considered magical because Cecilia's taking less damage than everybody else, at least with the missile attack. So I would assume the game considers it to be a magic attack, and maybe the laser to be a physical, which would be a little bit weird, honestly, because it really kind of should be the other way around. But hey, who's counting, I guess. Alright, so I pretty much just made it unnecessary to use Heal Blade because Raftina's going to heal everybody anyway. Oh well. Anyhow, not too big of a deal. We get our ta-da moment, and hey, there we go, that'll do it. So, alright, new enemy that I didn't know existed until about 3 minutes ago. But hey, like I said, even in a Let's Play, when you think you got everything down pat, you can still be surprised, and it really probably makes it a lot of fun, actually, just to see that holy crap moment, even, I guess. Okay, I had another Cyclops there, and Cecilia leveled up to 43, if I could talk straight. Alright, so, head up here, and you go through here, and you see this searchlight traveling around. Now, you actually want this thing to catch you, because you're not going to be able to go any further if you don't let it. So, when it swings back around here, Intruder alert! Area 51! But I guess it fits since these guys technically are aliens, but as you saw on the text, we are now going to clash against the golem, Burial, who looks really powerful and scary and stuff. So let's go ahead and go after him, shall we? Now I'm going to use in essence, it's going to be the usual pattern by and large, because I don't remember how fast Burial is. I don't think he's too fast, but still, a helping of slow isn't going to hurt anybody unless he uses Genocide Flare, which hopefully will not genocide us. Oh, it kind of did. Alright, we'll slow you down. There we go. And then I'll heal with Cecilia next turn so that we can be in better shape to go ahead and go after this guy full bore in the next few turns, I suppose. Now, if you are going straight through and planning on finishing the game at this point, then you might want to be a little bit conservative with what you have on hand as far as resources, magic carrots, and things like that. But I am not going to do that, principally because, well, we've still got plenty of stuff to take care of before we get to that point. So I am going to go ahead and go all out here just to make sure that everything is in play. And we don't have a lucky card, do we? Well, no, we don't. Okay, well, no worrying about that, I guess. Since Burial has used only group attack so far, I'm not actually going to use Protector. Now, if he had more of a predilection to using single attacks, then I would probably do that. But given the way he's acting so far, not so much. Of course, it would be nice, though, if he could show us more attacks than just that Genocide Flare. For variety's sake, at least. Alright, did that... Yes, good. Hey, these buffs actually aren't doing to Blade Lance badly. Okay, well, that's actually not too bad. I will still heal with Cecilia, but at the very least, it wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been, I suppose. Alright, yes, let's go ahead and lock on Phaser with you. And I will keep the Magnum Fang train going until I can reliably have Jack at maximum health. If I did get that chance in a turn, then I will use Trump Card, but otherwise I will stick with Magnum Fang, I think. Alright, looks like I may get that shot. Hey, there we go. And I don't really overly need to heal next turn either, so I can apply Cecilia to probably doing some defense up, I guess. Hey, there we go. 4 9s is always fun. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and do trump card since Jack is going to go before this guy. And I will go ahead and do protect, just to emphasize, just in case he decides to Blade Lance anybody else, then we'll be a little bit more ready. And there you go, you can see the potential of trump card whenever you've got your health maxed out. Boy, he's going to keep on that Blade Lance trip. Okay, well, I can take that. And keep Jack on the... Oh, never mind. That was a little bit easier than I thought it'd be, to be quite honest. I figured this was going to take 10 minutes, not, what, 5, I guess? I didn't really keep track. Anyway, not bad at all. I was sitting here ready to go into another monologic spiel and then dead burial. Haha, okay, yay. I made a pun! Waha! Or as Splinter put it in Ninja Turtles, I made a funny! Ha 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 ha! I think it's the end of Turtles 2, maybe? I guess? Alright, anyhow, enough rambling from me. Let's go downstairs, and we've got a little bit more to greet us before we finish this place up. Now you notice the door shuts and oh my god, we're trapped! But we're not really. Now, what you want to do is actually, one thing I'll show you first. You head through here, and you see all the creepy statues, and you see the door. Malduke Central Control, do you want to enter? This is the last door that you need to enter into before you get to the end. However, it is not the end. It is not a place where you cannot come back from, because you see the spooky lighting there, but you can just walk right back out and go back into Malduke. So if you hit that door by accident and you want to go back, no big whoop, you can still go back out there and go about your merry way. Alright, so how the heck, pray tell, if the door shuts there, do you get out of here? Well, let's just waltz up to the teleporter, shall we? Caught in gel, and it will take you straight back to the tower. So in essence, you can get out of here anytime, quite literally. Even when you're in the door for the final bosses of the game, you can get the heck out of here. So, go figure. Alright, now, I'm going to head back to Caught in Gel, of course, and I'm going to go ahead and use Escape to get the heck out of here, because we don't want to climb this thing again, or at least we don't want to go down it, when we can just hit a perfectly good escape spell and get the heck out of Dodge. Of course, we will waltz by the Saber Fang for now. Like I said, I will pick it up later, but not yet. Alrighty, so, we are back on Filgaia. Just take a deep breath, smell that fresh air, and not all the stale crap they had to have had in Malduke. Alright, now, while we're here, I do want to rest up and resupply and such, but there's a couple of other things I do want to take care of as well. One of those has to do with the last donation amount of the Filgaia Restoration Society quest. Alright, so let me go ahead and get rested up and all that crap. I would cut it out, but it's all of about 5 or 10 seconds maybe, so no need really. Alright, now I do want to go ahead and take care of this first, because actually there are 2 things we can do right around the same area of Filgaia. Ow. And there you go, that's the name of the place, Filgaia. Anyway, go ahead and give this 100,000 Gela to the reconstruction effort. Yes! God, I don't want to get rid of all that money, but okay. Now, that leads to the question, are we the only ones giving money here? I mean, we have given our life savings to this place. They should build a statue for us or something. Anyhow, go out of town and go back in, as is the usual trope. And you notice we've got basically the excavation music, or the music for the Ruins Festival. Now, once you've donated 100,000 Gela, walk in here and talk to this guy here. There's much depth to magic, normal fighting and healing spells and such. I don't need the Dispolato anymore. I'm a retired dream chaser. I'm gonna stay in this town and grow roots. Alrighty, so neutralize most dimensional magic. So we get the Dispolato, and we get trapped. Alright folks, out of the way, I gotta go. Okay, now, head out of here, and in essence, we need to figure out what the heck to do with it. Well, actually, that is a question for down south. Because, if you remember, when we were rolling through Baskar Village, we had this weird little thingy here. This is called the Rings of Time, actually, and it relates very directly to the whole idea of the Desperado. So, go ahead and land here. I will admit, I do not know right offhand exactly what to do in terms of order, but you notice this thing looks a lot like what you might imagine Stonehenge would look like from the top down. Well, what you do is you walk up to here and you use this Desperado. And in essence, what you're wanting to do is go around in these different segments here and hit the Desperado at each of the disparate points. And if you do it in the right order, that weird funky little thing in the middle is going to open up. And I think I'm doing this right, but I don't remember precisely, so if I get it wrong, after maybe this first try, I'll cut away, look up the information, and be able to dispel your worries and not have you waste too much time on camera, I guess. Alright, so move over. Game, why dost thou throw harpies at me when I am busy finishing something up? Alright, well, I did not get it right, so give me just a moment. I'm going to find the information so that I don't have to torture you guys too much with it, and I will see you guys back here in just a moment when I remember what the heck I'm doing. Okay, I looked it up, and it turns out I was mostly right, so let's try this again. I had gotten everything right, at least up to the beginning here. It's northwest, southwest. There we go. And then southeast, northeast. But where I had ended up getting it wrong actually was where I started out on the, in essence, the cardinal compass points. What are you doing? No. Why are you not working? Come on, work. There we go. Okay. Where I was supposed to start actually was west, and then southeast. Drat you, harpies! Anyway, now it's west, south, east, and you finish up with north. So, my bad, I was mostly there, but if you don't know the whole sequence correctly, you have to redo it. And there we go. Alright, the Temple of Illusion is open, which is right here, basically. So we get beamed down. Of course, we can beam back up at our leisure. But most importantly, we have a new Guardian. I am Dandyrum, Guardian of Time-Space. There is one wandering soul, which is not man nor demon, and does not belong to any dimension. No, it can't be. Yes, the one you love, Elmina? With her demon body gone, her soul has found humanity again. In other words, she is not completely dead, she is still alive. I may be able to call the soul and give life to it using the Guardian of Life. Wait. If possible, can you turn back the clock in her heart? I want to make her forget that she became a demon and destroyed many lives. That is possible, but then she will forget your existence as well. You know how painful that will be for you. I know, I think. But I don't want her to carry the cross in her heart anymore. I am prepared. Then it shall be done. Filgaia will have a new Elmina back. If your destiny is clear, the pull of love will always be there. So, amazingly, inconceivably, Elmina is herself again. Granted, without Jack, but she is herself. She is human again. And we get the Chrono Rune. Warriors and the Sorceress. Use my powers of time-space for the planet. So, in an unexpectedly moving moment, we have a new rune. So let me go ahead and actually let's use Rudy as an example here. Chrono Rune is here. Ups sorcery and magic resistance. So I will actually check Cecilia and see if that works for her. I don't think it'll do the same thing. Well, it will, but honestly, I don't want to drop all of those stats for an upgrade in sorcery that she doesn't overly need. I mean, she's good already, so I'll leave it as it is, and we'll make our way out of here. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, now that they've gotten Elmina basically back to herself, is there any way that we can maybe see her, talk to her, what have you? And in fact, actually, there is. Where we need to go, basically, is just right up here. Of course, we haven't been to Malama Village in quite some time. But if you go in here, and in essence make your way around the town, you can in fact actually see Elmina one more time. Now where, pray tell, might she be hanging out? Well, I mean, we've already traveled around all this town and we've gone to various and sundry different places, but we can find Elmina in the pub. You! No, it can't be. What? Is there something on my face? Hey, I bet I look like an old girlfriend, right? That's one way to put it, yeah. If you want to seduce me, you're gonna have to do better than that. Hey, you okay? What'd I say? Never... Just ignore me. Sounds like you've got problems. Do I have anything to do with it? You know, I have amnesia. I can't remember anything. It's really a pain not to be able to remember your name. These guys gave me one, but it just doesn't feel right. What's your name? I'm Jack Van Buris. I wish I could remember my name. You see this ribbon? Please take it. Why are you giving this to me? I can't take this. It looks like it's full of memories. You don't give something like this to a stranger. There you go, preaching as usual. Did you say something? Nothing. Sorry to bother you. Jack! You're coming back, aren't you, Jack Van Buris? Probably. Someday. And that's that. I talked to her again. It was just talking about people with amnesia. And then she says she's the lucky one for having amnesia. Okay, well, maybe she changed her mind. Anyhow, that's pretty much all there is to that, so let's go ahead and gallivant out of here. And there's one last thing I want to show you before we finish up with this episode, and that is the final rune of the game. And actually, it was alluded to close to the beginning of the game, as I almost gallivant past Baskar Village. Now, you'll recall, when we got to Baskar Village at the beginning of the game, they told us to go to the altar and try to call the West Wind of Hope. Well, of course, we get up there, they give us literally a millisecond to try to call the West Wind and then walks up and says, not for you. Now, however, we have the love and the courage runes, so now we can go up and run into a guy. Yes, hope, hope, talk about hope. This time, however, with the love and courage runes, we pull it off. Even our light doesn't reach him. If we give up now, we'll have no future. Rudy! What do you think you're doing? Are you trying to open the path to the future with the light from your heart? You're an artificial being. An artificial heart cannot bring a bright future. You cannot call the future wind. Why do you still seek the future of Filgaia? How can you do that? You're all alone in this world. No, he's not. You're a stranger who does not belong anywhere. How can you try to open the future to this world? Dear God, they sound like Elizabeth. Can you believe in dreams? You never gave up. As long as you have that spirit, you'll always be right for this world. It's because of you, Rudy, that we were able to believe in the future. Please don't think that you don't belong in this world. We need you in this world. We want you in this world. We need you in this world. The light from the artificial heart is reaching the future. No way. But wait, this brightness really is the light of hope. And I find it really fitting that it would be Rudy who would be able to pull this off. I am the guardian of hope, the light from the heart that people have lost. Rudy, your heart is not of nature, yet its light woke me. If you believe in the future, then use my powers to fight in the name of hope. And I might also add, this is really cool music. I think this is the only time in the game you hear it. It's nice. It's really nice. So, we collect the final rune of the game, the Hope Rune. Alright, so, I find it fitting story-wise to put this on Rudy, so let's take a look at it, and you see, it does drop his strength a pretty good bit, and his attack, but it ups everything else. Vitality, I mean, you see it there. The biggest upgrades, though, are defense, vitality, and etc. So we will go ahead and put that on Rudy. And that is pretty much it, really. I will go ahead and head back to the beginning of town here, basically, where we can recoup and all that stuff. And next time on Wild Arms, we are going to begin the optional boss battles of the game, starting with the 2 golems that were left here on Filgaia. So thank you guys for joining me, and I will see y'all later.